Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Video Overview by Kurt Robbins, where we focus on AI and help you get smarter than your competition. Today, we're diving into something really interesting, how different generations are actually shaping the future of AI.
All right, so the ideas we're talking about today come from a really thought-provoking article by Basil Puglisi. It was published on LinkedIn back on November 23, 2025. It lays out this amazing framework for how AI is actually getting woven into our society.
So let's just jump right in with the core question from the article. What if the future of AI is not decided by technologists, but by a microgeneration that remembers analog life? Whoa. I mean, that's a powerful thought, right? It totally shifts the conversation away from just code and tech giants and brings it back to something way more human, our memories and our lived experiences.
Because that's really the heart of it. The argument is that AI rolling out into the world isn't just some big tech update. Nope. It's a deeply human story, and it's a story that's being written by each of our generations in a totally different way.
I mean, think about it for a second. AI doesn't just show up as this neutral, blank slate technology. It drops into a world that's already full of people with totally different memories of what life was like before this stuff. We all have different levels of trust, different gut feelings about where the boundaries should be. And all those differences, they create these really clear patterns for how we adopt it.
And this leads to what the article calls the architecture of adoption. I love that phrase. It's such a great way to picture it, right? It's like each generation has a very specific job to do. Like they're all different parts of a building, all working together to create the final structure of our AI-driven world.
So who are these key players in the construction crew? Well, first up, you've got Gen X. They're the institutional anchors, the foundation, providing that stability. Then you have the millennials, who are the operational executors, the ones actually building out and scaling the tech. After us, there's Gen Z, the cultural normalizers. They're the ones making AI just normal, a part of everyday life. And finally, Gen Alpha. They're basically the final inspection, the ultimate test to see if we built this thing right.
But here's where it gets really focused. The article argues that the most critical relationship, the one we have to be paying attention to right now, is the connection between two very specific microgenerations, the Xennials and the Zalphas.
Yet this is the partnership that could decide everything. So on one side, you've got Xennials, born roughly between 77 and 83. Their role? They're the architects. Why? Because they actually remember what life was like before algorithms told us what to do. And on the other side, you have the Zalphas, born between about 2010 and 2018. They're the normalizers. Their entire childhood experience is literally being shaped by this transition from a pre-AI world to an AI-powered one.
Okay, so here's why the Xennials are so important. They have this, dual fluency. They grew up in an analog world, but came of age in a digital one. They remember making plans without Google Maps, finding music without Spotify playlists. And because they have that lived memory, they can see exactly what we stand to lose with all this automation. That makes them uniquely, perfectly positioned to design the guardrails, the safeguards for AI.
And when we talk about safeguards, we're really talking about something called AI governance. Now, this isn't just some boring corporate policy manual. No way. This is the whole shebang. The rules, the protocols, the unwritten cultural norms, everything that will define what role AI plays in our society for, the next generation and beyond.
All right, let's flip over to the other side of this equation, the Zalphas. These are the kids who are living this transition every single day, in real time, at school, with their friends. Their gut reaction, what feels helpful, what feels a little creepy, what they trust and what they don't, that feeling is going to become the default setting for the entire market. They're going to normalize whatever rules we give them, or, whatever lack of rules we give them.
And this is where things get a little intense. There's a real sense of urgency here. Because this chance, we have to shape those expectations. To build the right kind of governance, it's not going to last forever. There's a window of opportunity, and believe me, that window's closing.
This timeline here just lays it all out crystal clear. Today, right now, that design window is wide open. The Xennials are in charge. They're in the positions to build the foundational rules. But fast forward to 2030, those Zalpha norms will have hardened. They'll be set. And at that point, we're not just shaping new habits anymore. We'll be trying to undo deeply ingrained cultural beliefs. And that is a much, much harder job.
And to put an even finer point on it, look at this number. We're talking about 5 to 8 years. That's it. A 5 to 8 year window left to embed the right kind of values, the right norms, before it's basically too late.
before the cultural concrete just sets.
So all of this brings us to one final and really crucial question. It's kind of a challenge aimed squarely at those architects, the Xennials in leadership positions right now. But honestly, it's a question for all of us.
And the question is this: are you designing systems that Zalphas will hack, or systems they will inherit? Think about that. Are we just building things with flimsy, surface-level rules that the next generation will just see as a game, something to hack and get around? Or are we building something so solid, so fundamentally useful that they'll want to inherit it, that they'll want to protect it and build on it for their own future? Ultimately, that's the choice, isn't it? We can create security theater, rules that just look good but don't really do anything, or we can design real governance that actually empowers people, governance that feels like a valuable feature, not an annoying bug. So that's the challenge right in front of us. Thanks so much for watching this overview. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you got something out of this, please consider subscribing to the Technical Writing Success YouTube channel for more content just like it. And hey, if you could like, comment, and share this video, it really helps us reach a wider audience. We'll see you in the next one.